Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. I've recently started a network security class and I have to say that it's been very interesting. One of the topics that really grabbed my attention was using packet analysis software like Wireshark to identify vulnerabilities in a network. In today's video, I will walk you through the basics of GNS3 and Wireshark, and we'll also be comparing Telnet and SSH to see how they differ when it comes to security. Quick disclaimer, everything you'll see here is done on my own virtual network created purely for educational purposes. Wireshark is a powerful tool, but with great power comes great responsibility. Please use it ethically and never for malicious purposes. Let's get started. I've built a simple topology with just 3 routers. I'll be using R2 to remotely access the other two, one set up for Telnet and the other set up for SSH. While doing that, I will capture and analyze packets using Wireshark. First up, GNS3, if you're new to it, is a free open source network simulator. It's similar to Packet Tracer but offers more flexibility and control. Laying out the topology is as simple as click and drag. Linking devices is a bit different. GNS selects the cables automatically. If you want to delete something, just right click the device and then select delete. You can easily hide and show interface labels, and you even have the ability to move them around and adjust them. You can also edit the text by right-clicking and then text edit, and you can see you can change the color, you can select the font, and even increase or decrease the sizes. Once you place the devices in the project area, they're powered off by default. To work with them, you need to start them up. You can either do it individually by right-clicking and then selecting Start, or you can start them all at the same time by clicking the green triangle here. To speed up the demo, I've pre-written the configuration commands and will paste them into the consoles. On the Telnet router, I'm setting the host name, creating an encrypted password, assigning an IP address, and configuring the virtual line with a password for Telnet access. To open up the console, you just double-click the device, and I will paste in, and everything looks good and the line came up. On router 2, I'm just going to configure the IP addresses. One of my favorite things about GNS3 is that it opens each new console in a new tab rather than a new window. And you can see here, it's in this second tab now. And I will just copy and paste into here. And again, that looks good. On the SSH router, I'm going to configure the host name, an encrypted password, the IP address, and I'm also going to set up SSH and configure the virtual line to use SSH and a password. And again, here everything looks good. I'm going to go back to R2 and test connectivity by pinging both of the routers. Telnet router was successful. And the SSH router was also successful. Now it's time for Wireshark. Wireshark is also free and open source, and it integrates seamlessly with GNS3. To start capturing packets, just right-click between the devices and select Start Capture. And now I will connect to the Telnet. And it's asking for the password. Now let's look at Wireshark. I'm going to stop the packet capture by clicking this red box here. And as you can see, we have collected quite a few packets in a short amount of time. To make this a little bit easier to read, I'm going to use the display filter to just show me the TCP packets. I just type in TCP here and enter. You can also rename these IP addresses. You just right-click the address, edit resolve name, and now I can type in here anything I want. I'm just going to rename this Telnet. Let's analyze the Telnet traffic. Check out these first three packets. This is your classic three-way handshake. Sync, acknowledge, and acknowledge. This is the process that establishes the connection. If I click on a packet, you can see here in the bottom left frame, we can get many details about this packet. It includes the frame, the protocols, and the ports. And then here, a few packets in, we can see 42 bytes of data. And you can see over here that it is clearly asking for a password. If I right-click in this info column, and then follow, and then TCP stream, I can clearly see the passwords that I typed, even the encrypted privileged password in plain text. And this is the problem with Telnet. And this is exactly why you should never use Telnet when dealing with sensitive information. Now let's compare with SSH. Now let's compare SSH. Back in GNS3, I'll start the packet capture on the link to the SSH router. And now I will connect to SSH. Let's go back to Wireshark and see what we have captured. And once again, I'm going to stop the capture by clicking the red box. Again, I'm going to filter to just see the TCP packets. And here is your three-way handshake again. You can see here that after the connection was established with the three-way handshake, that it switched to using SSH version 2 protocol. And you can see here, instead of data, it's saying encrypted packet. Let's analyze further and follow the TCP stream again. And this time we're just getting encrypted data. We can't see any of the passwords or anything that was written in the command line interface. And that's it. I've just demonstrated the huge difference between Telnet and SSH using GNS3 and Wireshark. These tools are incredibly powerful and go far beyond what I've shown you today. This was just a basic intro, but I hope it gave you a good idea of what's possible and why encryption matters so much in network security. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, always use tools like Wireshark responsibly and ethically. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and consider subscribing for more tech tutorials. See you next time.